Peace everyone, this is Akili Molly here, and today I'm so very excited because I worked very hard on this and I'm so excited to share this with you guys. Today I'm going to be presenting my descriptive essay from the class Writing with Power, and I call my essay Imagination Gone Wild. Before I start reading the 3 paragraphs I picked out of my essay, I want you guys to get a little bit of a feel of a descriptive essay. Some of you may know what a descriptive essay is already, but just in case you don't, I'm going to give you a little info on it. I'll start reading, and you guys can even quiz me to see if my 3 paragraphs I put in this presentation line up with the points I put in this presentation as well. So let's get started. Alright, so what is a descriptive essay? Well, a descriptive essay is an essay that describes something, right? Let's say your topic is about your trip to Paris. I love Paris. So let's say it's about your trip to Paris. And you're describing how the Eiffel Tower looked, the smell of French bread, the breeze blowing through your hair, dogs barking and cats meowing, motorcycles, however Paris is. I've never been, but if you've been, you know how it is. And it's describing something, so your reader has a picture. You have to paint a picture in the reader's mind, because if you're just like, oh yeah, I went to Paris, it was beautiful, they don't see a picture. Okay, yeah, Paris is beautiful, I know that. I've seen pictures of beautiful things in Paris, but I can't imagine it. I've never been. So you have to really let the reader get a glimpse of what you're saying in their mind. Next point is create picture of person, place, thing, or event, like I just said previously. And you have to use the 5 senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Those sensory, like, you have to describe those in your essay. Whether you're seeing something, you're smelling something, you're hearing something, maybe you heard a wolf howl and it frightened you, that the fear jumped out of your skin and landed onto your clothes and it felt like a spider was crawling down your back, or however you want to describe something. It really, your reader has to be intrigued. You can't be boring like a declarative essay or a persuasive essay. It has to be like, I guess you could think of it as fiction, but not really, but it's describing. And a good descriptive essay paints a picture in the reader's mind. It has really well transitions. You have to transition into another paragraph with something in the previous paragraph. For example, let's say, I walked down the street with my new puppy. He barked at all the cats that pranced by. And let's say that's the end of my essay. And then you say, finally we made it to our house. And that's when, I think that would be personally a good transition to the next paragraph. Okay? And make sure your topic, whatever your topic is, you do not drift off topic, because that is what gets reader confused. I've actually read something like that. Like, people don't even realize, and maybe they have another person reading it out aloud to them, like, oh yeah, that's a good essay, or oh yeah, that's a good book, but they don't realize they're drifting off into a different topic. And maybe the topic is intriguing, but you're still drifting off into a different topic, and then you get back on the topic and it's like, wait, I'm trying to catch up. So make sure you don't drift off into everlasting sea of nothingness. Okay, guys? And also, every essay has an introduction, a body, conclusion. We've known this for almost our whole entire lives. So make sure these guidelines, if you are trying to learn how to write a descriptive essay, or you're just learning, or you just want to review and make sure you're doing right, these are some of the things that you need to follow. And finally, we make it to my story. imagination gone wild. It was the last time me and my brothers would be the only siblings in the family. The last time we would have our own rooms and sleep peacefully in them. I lay deeply in my thoughts and imagined a baby crying and yelling like someone stole his pure joy and locked it away. I could not stand the noise and the feeling of my head being filled with water and it was going to burst into a river of tears. And so instead of over-exaggerating on something that was not even there, it had not happened, I drifted away. I was standing in the middle of a rigid, bumpy road, looking for something to do on a hot summer day. And though I wasn't running, my face leaked with sweat. It was like the sun wanted to preheat his heat waves to 400 degrees. Suddenly, I felt like I was being watched. I spun around to the left and no one was there. I spun to the right and no one was there. For a moment, I thought my mind was playing tricks on me, though I knew it wasn't. Boom! Boom! I surprisingly heard the bangs of a hammer and jumped up with a gasp. That's when I realized a tall man who looked about 6 feet tall in his sharp suit standing across the road, hammering a sign in that must have fallen. His smile was as sharp as a blade. His hair looked silky like satin fabric, and his belly did not seem comfortable in the suit he was wearing. Once he saw that I was staring at him, he nodded and bowed his head at me like I was his ancient queen he had been looking for. I curiously watched him walk away until he was out of sight. I hopped across the street to see what the sign the white man hammered into the ground was all about. The words "for sale" were in bold black. I read it over and over again, as if I didn't understand what I was reading. Maybe he bowed at me because he thought I was his lucky consumer? I thought. I rubbed my head as I cluelessly looked around to find out what was for sale. As I turned around, I knew for a fact what the sign was talking about. They were talking about the forest that everyone was scared to go into. Sometimes I hear people say someone died in there, and if someone did die in there, I wanted to be the first one to see if it was true. I had a strong urge to scope out the area, even though my fear of getting hurt was sending alarm to my brain, though I ignored it. The only reason why I was still hesitant was because I was all alone. My brother was taking forever to finish up his schoolwork since we homeschooled, and I did not have any friends since we just moved to Texas. I was stuck in the valley of decision, and I did not know which side of the valley to choose. Now, and I believe in my essay I used a lot of vivid verbs like his smile was sharp as a blade, or I'm in the valley of decision, and that's what you really need in your essay to give person picture. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, you can post them below on my demo page or email me at ariarene@gmail.com. Don't forget to rate this video. Peace.